good friend of mine and my wife's said, move away. The hardest thing they've ever done was move away from the Browns, which would be us, followed by crying emoji, really like a flooding tears emoji where they're just streaming down the face. Another bawling emoji, another bawling emoji, laugh, crying emoji. So, yeah, moving away from friends and family can be hard. I think you get comfortable if you have good friends, people who are breathing positivity into your life, filling those voids of loneliness with positivity and empowerment, and you're like-minded, you like doing the same things. It's really tough to leave that, but sometimes we have to. Sometimes life takes us in a different direction, and we got to say goodbye to people, and hopefully we see them, on the regular, which in this case we have seen each other several times since moving apart, and it's been great when we can. But man, we had a good time when we were in the same spot. We did this trip up the coast, from San Diego up the coast highway of California, and we were just camping out along the way. And if you ever do that, you should definitely look ahead, because those campsites get scooped up months in advance at times. But we just had a really great time together, and my buddy and I had our hammocks, and we were basically doing extreme hammocking, or maybe I was doing a little more. My goal was to put the hammock as high as I could in a tree and sleep in it during the night, and the weather was affording for that. And so, man, that was some good times, sleeping and having the ocean breeze come in, and you're just swinging between some trees. The most epic moment of that was we ended up in some redwood forest, and it was actually at a little like off, somebody's private property where they have like a trailer park, and they had like little grassy area with some campgrounds. And because the national park was full, they wouldn't let us take any campsites. So we went there, and there's these two huge redwood trees, and there's two big redwood trees, and right next to the redwood trees, there's like smaller kind of trees branching off, or maybe on one side. So we could kind of wedge ourselves between this smaller evergreen tree and the redwood and sort of shimmy up. And we were able to get our hammocks hooked up in between these redwood trees. And it was so awesome. I don't think I've had a better night of sleep than I did between those two redwood trees. I had my hammock set up, and then I put my thermarest in the hammock, and then I had my sleeping bag, several pillows, and then we were sort of, he was down further away from my feet, and so our feet were kind of up against each other, but there was a slight, coastal breeze coming in, and those redwood trees were just creaking. Boy, it's just much more pleasant than that, but you get the idea. And so these huge redwood trees just rocked us to sleep, hanging there in our hammocks. And man, I slept good. And the girls were in the tent and were a little afraid of their surroundings, because it was kind of a sketchy place. But we couldn't be touched up there in the sky. But man, that was a good trip. And we went up all the way to just above San Francisco there, and back down. It was really fun. So yeah, But hey, there's always new people to meet, and I think when you move to a new area, that's why it's important to go out there and do things. Don't be afraid to go make new friends, and probably the best way to do that is finding people that are doing similar activities that are aligning with your interests.